Yo, what is going on, husbandos and waifus? My name is HERMSAUR, and I'm back at it again. And welcome to a different type of video, actually. It's a collaborative video. So I thought it'd be really fun to talk about anime that I kind of wish had a spin-off series based off of another character. And I asked a lot of my friends to kind of hop in on this as well. But first, let me start it off. So, a character that I really thought would make a really cool spin-off series is actually Yami from Black Clover. There's so many theories when it comes to Yami, saying that he was a shonen protagonist isekai from another world. Hence, we all know that he came from Japan to begin with. But also, he always goes with that typical shonen saying, I'm going to go beyond my own limits. But I think it would be really cool, even if it, look, I don't even think he's isekai. I just think he just came from another area of that world. What I think, it'd be really cool to see the backstory of Yami, from him kind of arriving into that world. So kind of starting off in the beginning of him in Japan, him on a boat on shore meeting with Julius, and us getting a series of his time as a magic knight, of him working his way up to be a captain alongside him with William Vengeance. And it'd be cool to see also more stories of his adventures with William and his adventures under Julius as the captain. I just think it would be super dope because Yami is my favorite character in Black Clover, and I think his humor is 10 out of 10. So imagine just even 12 episodes, 12 to 24 episodes of Yami humor and also Yami real moments. Because whenever we know Yami's going to be in a fight, we already know animation about to be a million times crazy. So just seeing Yami get to the point to where he is now is definitely something that I want to see in a spin-off series. Alright, I'm gonna pass it on to my friends. Check them out.
Hi, what's up? My name's 414Anime. Big thanks to HERMSAUR for letting me get involved in this. Big whoop, boof, fist pump. So yeah, what character would I like to see, what anime character would I like to see a spin-off series for? I went with none other than Hayasaka from the series Kaguya-sama Love is War. Now, Kaguya-sama Love is War is a series full of amazing characters. Like, any one of these could have got their own spin-off series. I mean, like, you know what, Chika is an obvious fan favorite. Ishigami was a guy that I was really gonna go towards, but I went with Hayasaka because she is amazing. And you know what, believe me when I say it, and I think it's right, correct me if I'm wrong, but the fans want to see this, 100%. A spin-off series with just her would be absolutely amazing. For context, she is the maid for Kaguya Shinomiya, one of the main characters of the series. And we saw a lot more of, Hayasaka in season 2, which was amazing, but like, for that girl to get her own series, man, come on, let's do it. She's perfect. She adds so much to the story, and I think her having her own spin-off would just be absolutely amazing. She's like I said, a maid, however, she's much more than that. She's like kind of like a secret agent. As we saw, she goes undercover and stuff. What would I like to see in this spin-off? Just her day-to-day. I'd love to see like life from Hayasaka's point of view, and I'd like to see maybe little kind of stories come up, and maybe something a bit deeper into how she kind of snoops for Kaguya in terms of her relationship with Shirogane. But I guess you could do more than that. You could maybe look into her backstory. Of course, we know a bit about that already. She's always been the maid for Kaguya Shinomiya. The two grew up together. However, Hayasaka was from a family that was like kind of welcomed in by the Shinomiyas, but not given power and whatnot. So yeah, she was always brought up to be her maid. So maybe a bit more of a look into her backstory would be awesome. But I don't know. I think if I wanted a spin-off series on her, I'd like something that is a bit more kind of like, in the present, in terms of where the the anime and manga is at. It'd be really interesting to see like I said, her day to day. And for me, whenever there are scenes involving Hayasaka, they are always like spot on. They like that character, they have absolutely nailed, and I'd just love to see more of her. And of course, let's not forget the factor of noise. Hayasaka's noise, probably contender for best girl. So don't at me. But that's my thoughts on it. I would love to see a spin-off series for Hayasaka from Kaguya-sama Love is War. I would love to see more of the secret agent kind of stuff that she does, going undercover. I'd love to see a bit more of her like day-to-day, a bit more of the person that Hayasaka is. Not the maid for Kaguya-sama, but the person that Hayasaka is. And of course, you can sprinkle Kaguya in there as well. Those two are pretty close. So hey, you could even turn it into a Yuri. awesome. Though I'm sure they've probably done that. If they have, just dropped some doujinshi codes. I'll check it out. But yeah, that's it in a nutshell. So I would love to see an anime spin-off series for Hayasaka from the series Kaguya-sama Love is War. Again, huge thanks to HERMSAUR for allowing me to come and ramble on this video. It's appreciated. Nice to meet you guys, by the way. Awesome sauce. That's it from me. So, till next time, my fellow weebs. Peace!
Hey, how's it going, guys? Evan here. Now, in terms of a character that I feel deserves a spin-off, I think that Death the Kid from Soul Eater deserves the most grandeur spin-off ever, because let's be honest, okay? When we all watched Soul Eater, Death the Kid was probably the best character in that show. In fact, to this day, I think he's probably a fan favorite. Yeah, sure, Mako, she was fine with her, scythe and everything, but Death the Kid had, a lot of character in him. In fact, a lot more than our protagonist of that show. Death the Kid had the two twin sisters, which were infinitely better than Soul himself. The fact that, he was obsessed with symmetry, but everything about him was unsymmetrical. I feel like, if we explored that a little bit more and also going more through the backstory of his character and how he grew up, and maybe even just following him on a future adventure in the show, I feel like that would make for a great spinoff that a lot of people would enjoy. I personally would definitely enjoy it a lot more than, watching more Soul Eater in general. But also, I just think in general, it's just really fun to just watch him rage. And I mean, who doesn't want more of that, right? So anyway, thank you for having me here, Herm. Take it away.
Hello, husbands and waifus. My name is Vash. I am here to represent AnimeLately. I'm here to talk about what series of anime should get a spin-off series. And to me, I know many people would think of Bleach, Black Clover, One Piece, Naruto. When it comes to a series, I want to know more of story, and it comes to that a lot of people don't talk about, like what they want to know before it happened or what we know. Vinland Saga. To me, that's an interesting series because we know from the story of Thorfinn and on. But haven't you ever wondered what it was for Thorkill and Thor himself when they were back in the fighting stage, when they were fighting other ships and trying to take more land for the king of England and everything else? I find that very fascinating, very intriguing to know more about Thor, his father of Thorfinn. Like, that's more fascinating. Not saying more fascinating of Thorfinn itself, because that's interesting to know when you become aware to not know when to fight, just like Thor taught his son before he passed away. Spoilers for anybody. But to me, that's very fascinating to know about predecessor of the MC, the character, because you can find out why he became the way he is, for how we met him, why he doesn't become a warrior anymore, why he kind of settled down, had a family, stay away from becoming a warrior, what made him become like that. He explained it. We heard about it. But we are the audience want to see more about it. Thorkill as well, we want to see him as Prime. He said that he never defeated Thor himself in battle or as a one-on-one. So isn't that interesting as well? Maybe Ashkelad as well, if to see a more backstory of that. So that would be pretty interesting. So to me, it would be Vinland Saga as an anime series.
Look, this isn't going to come as a surprise if you're familiar with my content at all, but the one anime that I think really needs a spin-off series is One Piece. Yes, we recently had the Ace light novel series that's now being adapted into a manga by the guy who does Dr. Stone. Yes, we found out information about Deuce and some of the other characters that were part of Ace's crew before he joined Whitebeard, but there are still lots of unanswered questions with him during his journey to eventually join Whitebeard's crew. So that is one thing I would love to see. I'd love to see a spin-off with Ace, and I think it would do really well considering what a popular character Ace is. Two, I think we should absolutely at some point after One Piece is over get a prequel series for Gold Roger. Because yes, we got the recent flashback in Wano Country where we saw Roger and Oden's journey, but that's not enough. Oda went out of his way to draw all of the Roger pirates in different SBSs in the One Piece magazine. It would be a shame if we never actually got to see those characters in the story, and considering the fact Oda's going to end One Piece in about 5 years at this point, we're probably not going to get the stories told for those characters that a lot of us expected. And on top of that, you've got all the supernovas. You've got Law, you've got Bonnie, you've got Drake, you've got Hawkins, you've got Apu, you've got Arouge. These are all characters that I think we expected to get flashbacks on the level of what happened with Law and Corazon and Dressrosa, but we're probably not going to get that for those characters throughout the course of the rest of One Piece. Again, considering the fact that right now he's sort of working on a 5-year time limit. So, you know what? Give me spin-offs with any of those characters. And honestly, even though Law already got a flashback during Dressrosa, give me a Law spinoff. I mean, Law is my favorite character in One Piece. Law also has the Will of D, and I feel like there's a span of time from after Corazon died, when Law and Corazon were part of the Doflamingo family, to when Law eventually became a supernova. And that's a journey I want to see in full. I don't want to just see one panel of him meeting Beppo and Penguin and Shachi. I want more than that. Give me more Law, give me more Ace, give me more Roger. Please, Oda, you know what I want.